महबूब दे देखने कारण
This Nickmercs situation is just absolutely ridiculous, and I don't know like where the critical thinking skills, if we ever had any to begin with, have gone, but the internet and the polarization and politicalization of everything left to right has just made everybody just void of any kind of nuance or any kind of take that may go against their own political ideology, as if like everything on the left is 100% correct and everything on the right is 100% correct, and if you deviate from any of those takes that political party or affiliation, if you deviate from that, then you have to be the exact opposite. You can't have a critical take on the left or critical take on the right and still agree with your other political party. It has to be, you are with us 100%, otherwise you are against us and you're a fascist. And in this take right here, another day, another multi-billion-dollar company giant in the crosshairs of the anti-woke right. Like, listen, man, like, honestly, leave the kids alone is a right-wing take now. Like, oh, okay, like, because Nickmercs said a week ago, yeah, just leave the kids alone, is somehow wrapped up into now as like right-wing, anti-right, LGBTK, pride, Gamergate. We're on Gamergate now. Who the hell still talks about Gamergate? Someone can just have a take that is their own idea that, hey, I don't want this being taught in my school, so maybe, leave the kids alone, is somehow now a right-wing talking point. It has gone way crazy. Like, also at the same time, I think I'd vote for Robert Kennedy Jr. at this point. I watched the Joe Rogan podcast, totally on a random tangent here before we get into this ridiculous multi-million-dollar corporation here talking about, oh my God, leave the kids alone is our anti-woke right. Oh my God, Gamergate take. There we go. Let's politicalize it. But I think I'd vote for Robert Kennedy Jr. That guy is totally based. Obviously, not all of his points I agree with, but dude, the guy is trying to bring down the CIA. He's bringing down the pharmaceuticals, the corporations. He's spilling all the beans on all the corruption with the right and the left. That dude is going to end up like his uncle. So, anyways, yeah, another day, another multi-billion-dollar giant in the crosshairs of the anti-woke right. Outrage over Call of Duty LGBTQ. They forgot to put the +2. We need to cancel Rolling Stone now, guys. Where's the +2? Oh my God. Pride brings us full circle to Gamergate. What? Gamergate lives on an anti-LGBT right-wing boycott of Call of Duty for grooming. Yeah, guys, Gamergate lives on. That's right, because you said leave the kids alone, you are now anti-LGBTQ. Oh my Lord, even though Nickmercs literally made a video the next day saying I'm not against them at all, and no one is against the LGBT community. I don't know anybody who would say they're voting for Trump or right-wing or classifies themselves as right-wing who is against the LGBTQ community. I don't know anybody. I'm not against them. I don't think anybody watching this, well, maybe some of you are against them, fair enough, but 99% of people don't care about the LGBTQ community. No one cares. No one ever did care. This never was an issue. Everything was going along splendidly fine until they got the kids involved. Why we got drag show reading to kids? Why we got to start pushing this into children at the school? Why is all of a sudden there a huge push where they have this in movies and in games and having it put into cartoons? I mean, like, obviously there is an agenda here that people are not about. It doesn't mean they're against the LGBTQ community. It just means, listen, stop fucking around with my kids and leave them the hell alone. Why can no one get that? Let's see what these idiots at Rolling Stone have to say. Another day, another multi-billion-dollar corporate giant in the crosshairs of the anti-woke right. This time it's if you're woke, yeah, it's right. You're totally right-wing, guys, 100%. If you're against this nonsense, if you're anti-woke, I guess Bill Maher, is a right-wing guy because he's not about this. I guess Joe Rogan is right-wing now because he's against this anti-woke nonsense. I guess the guy who's running for the Democratic presidential nominee, Robert Kennedy Jr., is right-wing now. This time it's Activision Blizzard, the fifth largest video game firm in the world that aggrieved reactionaries are threatening to boycott. As with so many of these stories, the inciting controversy is ridiculous minor. Nickmercs' real name, Nick Kolcheff, a streamer who came up playing games including Activision, blah, 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 data minimum subscriber, blah, 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 earlier this year, partnered with Brand to launch his own skin in the war-based first-person shooter franchise. Fans could, just gonna read this quickly because you guys all know this, fans could purchase these assets to play the game as his custom character. These are strong opinions in the game world about these influencer partnerships, so not everyone was thrilled with the addition. Yeah, I know 8 Thoughts is very upset about that. This guy tried to cancel his YouTube channel, this guy, anyways, whatever. Well, That's not even the main story here. Yeah, no shit. No, the real drama erupted a week after the Nickmercs bundle went on sale when Kolchev, it's Nickmercs, biatch, tweeted in apparent support of anti-LGBTQ protesters. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He literally just said, just leave the kids alone. That's all it was. Here it is right here. This happened 4 blocks, blah, blah, blah. They should leave children alone. That's the real issue. Exactly. Not all this. He's just saying leave the kids alone. He's a new parent. He wants the right to be able to teach his kids about that stuff. He doesn't want the school or the state, i.e. communism, controlling what his children can and can't learn about certain topics. Seems pretty rational to me. You know what I'm saying? By the next day, Activision to remove Nickmercs products, blah, blah, blah. We know all that. I'm not quartering, going to waste your time reading stuff you already know. The same right-wingers. Oh, my God, the same right-wingers. It's always the right-wingers, dude. All you right-wingers out there are bad people causing all the problems because you're questioning the government and the corporations. Like, you know what I'm saying, dude? I really am an enlightened individual putting on clown makeup where I don't question the narrative. I believe all the corporations and billion-dollar companies. I totally agree with all the governments. I totally agree with all the CIA and FBI takes and law enforcement, because that's what a person does who's a critically thinking person. He agrees with all the corporate and government takes because that makes you really smart. Yeah, because through the history of time, the government, corporations, and law enforcement, CIA, FBI, deep state, whatnot, really seem to be the ones who have the good takes about people because they care about us. They're right. Nike really cares about me, guys, and the LGBTQ community. The same right-wingers have lately pounced on Bud Light, Disney, Target, and Chick-fil-A for efforts at expanding diversity and inclusion, fired up the outrage machine to retaliate, with gamers announcing, their intent to quit Call of Duty forever, which didn't work. It didn't work because the Call of Duty community is a bunch of nerd-ass bitches. Yeah, they are. Really, honestly, like, the sales are through the roof. None of these people care. The majority of people who play Call of Duty are gay. The outrage campaign that quickly took shape around the incident mocked Call of Duty as Call of Groomers. Alluding to the baseless smear which holds that a discussion of queers and gender with children is a pretext. No, it's just a funny meme, okay? Bro, give me a break. Well, not particularly catchy, and despite coddling grooming kids for military recruitment, it's true. Someone left a comment on one of my Twitters or channels or YouTube videos. I don't know who it was. He's like, I really miss the day when Call of Duty was just nothing but recruitment and brainwashing for the CIA and the FBI to try to get people to, participate in the U.S. military. Oh, we got Tim Pool, who's a fake ass, used to be into Antifa nonsense, making a ton of money now. I don't know if I trust these people. They're a bunch of goddamn agents of disinformation and agents provocateurs. That's right. Don't go into Capitol, even though there's a bunch of FBI agents led that. Oh my God, I'm just dropping red pills. On first glance, this wave of indignation over a company's nominal endorsement of pride is exactly like the dozen or so that preceded. If there's any obvious difference, it's that a violent video game glorifying war has stretched the reactionaries' already strained definition of wokeness to their absolutely breaking point. But this freaking out that a popular shoot 'em up entertainment, guys, it's a shoot 'em up. It's a first-person shooter, you fucking normie. But this freaking out that a popular shoot 'em up entertainment has somehow been breached by liberal attitudes of acceptance. It's also a really throwback to the troll movement that opened the floodgates of such crusades almost a decade ago. That's right, this is Gamergate. Gamergate. In 2014 and 2015, male gamers waged relentless misogynistic harassment of women. No, that was all fake news too, bro. These freaking politicians, what is this guy? Who is this guy? This dude is this guy's not a journalist. He's just, he's pretty much just an agent of the liberal government and deep state, spreading misinformation and lies on Rolling Stone. No wonder they're trying to charge money. By the way, we circumvented your pay gate, you cocksuckers. These guys are nothing but just like, they dying, trying to charge $8 because no one wants to read this nonsense. I'm sorry I have to read it to you studs and studettes out there. Oh my Lord, targets were doxxed and threatened with rape and violence as these men lamented the opposed collapse of a purely masculine climate. Those days the woke crowd was marginalized as an army of social justice warriors. There's right warrior nation out there. The recent Call of Duty blowback, of course, follows a script that pastures increasingly extreme rhetoric. This is extreme, guys. Leave the kids alone. We're going extreme, guys. Holy shit. However, it also echoes the old Gamergate narrative of pastime regarded as dudeish, heteronormative. resistant to any incursion of outsiders, now recognized as a diverse set of fans. No, it's not diverse. It's all dudes. These people use the idea that women play games on their mobile devices, play Candy Crush, are now gamers. 99.9% of everybody playing Call of Duty is a dude. Masculine. No, they're not. They're not masculine. I'm not going to flex on you because all these guys just don't play the game because they're gay. Mers. You know what I'm saying? Gay. Mers. You can no longer retreat into the sexless, murderous world of Call of Duty without risking the sight of a rainbow flag and getting incredibly mad that, that's right, we're incredibly mad that gay people exist. We're upset. We're upset. I mean, Hutch is the forefront of all this. You know, speaking of gay gamers, Hutch, and we accept him, even though he's the most insufferable, ridiculous, left-wing, brain-dead, normie individual in the history of Call of Duty. We're still, Activision welcomes these customers. That's right, there's so many on there. Oh, yeah. No, there's not, okay? No, there's not. I want to point something out here. All this excitement and all of this hype and flags and like all these advertisements and corporations and throwing it in your face nonstop and movies and games for literally a minuscule percentage of the world actually identifies as LGBTQ. People are more and more starting to become that, not because they actually are. There's a phenomenon, which I wish I could find the study and all the stuff that's been put out there, that when you start talking about something, and long story short and paraphrasing, putting it into the zeitgeist, normalizing it, constantly putting it in front of people's faces, people start to become that. It starts to become normalized, and then people start to think they are because they're kids and they're very open to suggestion. It's a useful case study in the projection that underlies the past decade of right-wing resentment. For all the times that side claims liberals and leftists need to call the comfort of safe spaces to operate in society. Conservatives are the ones particularly incensed by the appearance of anyone else on the cultural territory they claim as their own. Beer, big box stores, and fast food, amusement parks, and naturally video games. That's right, guys. It's because the right-wingers are upset that this is seeping into their video. No. See, why does it have to be politicalized? I literally would vote, like I said, for Robert Kennedy Jr., I think, more so than Trump. I don't identify as anything. You can't put me in a box, man. This is me in a box. I smashed through it, mate. There's the box. Boom. I come right through. You can't put me in a box. No, I can't. I can't control my voice because I was frozen. Call me Michael Myers. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do. You know, like I'm saying, I'm left, I'm right. Some things on the left I agree with. Some things on the right I agree with. Some things I don't agree with. You know what? Like the fact that they want to put you in a corner and you can't deviate. I'm with the box. You smash out the box and now I'm like part of everything. You can't do that? No, man. It's like everything's right way. Yeah, you want to keep the kids safe. You're right way. Misogynistic, crazy. This whole article is nothing but just a bunch of bullshit, man. Holy crow. I can't even. Let's read the last title here. Moreover, the LGBTQ activists must know this is a fight they really can't win, except that a small and seasoned political class that tries to suppress and intimidate the larger, more tolerant whole of the country. Humans confined. No one is. The reason why people want to boycott the game. This is a shoot 'em up. This guy didn't know shit about Call of Duty. First of all, Activision is a horrible company. They're filled with a bunch of ass wipes. Bobby Kotick's flying to Epstein Island on a regular basis before. No one listens to the community. The game sucks. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, we are a minority because we're not gamers. We're alpha male elite game stud muffin athletes with a muscular vascularity that want to stand up for the alpha males out there because we're threatened. We're threatened by the gays, guys. That's right, we're threatened. No, I can't even be serious with this video. I gotta act crazy because this is just nuts. This is stupid. I'm gonna end this video. This is long enough. I feel like the quartering out here, except I'm not fat with diabetes and alcoholism and beat my dog. I'm just joking with the dog beating, but everything else is correct. I love you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching the video. Oh, Nickmercs, leave the kids alone. Turns into some kind of dog whistling insanity where it's just like, bro, you know what I'm saying? World's retarded. That's all I'm going to say. These people are morons. But you guys aren't because you hit that like button and subscribed. You did. And love you. Stay black, question authority. Don't let the reptilian shapeshifters bring you down.